I'm very, very pleased to be here. The CGI is an agricultural development research group, but we have a lot of new programs dedicating ourselves to this interface between agriculture and environment and finding synergies between these efforts for a more sustainable future. It was really exciting for me to be in this session here at Forest Day because I was here to talk about agriculture. So this is a session acknowledging that agriculture is one of the biggest drivers of forest change, and that we need to talk about agriculture and forests in the same landscapes together if we're actually going to achieve sort of, positive outcomes in landscapes. So what I wanted to talk about was some of the big picture, like why we care. And so we always have to come back to this food security issue. We have a lot of people who are food secure now, still today. So I mentioned that. I talk about land degradation. Land scarcity is really an up and coming issue that we need to relate to. And this whole concept of planetary boundaries and trying to live within the boundaries that our ecosystems have and within social systems where people can live more equitably. So that was the kind of topics we wanted to talk about at the session. How do we actually achieve something in this context where agriculture is changing very, very quickly on all continents? I won't repeat the whole speech. So after talking a bit about the global issues, I came down to one system which is a good example of how you can marry the agriculture and forestry goals together in the same place. This one is called the Kwesungwal slash and mulch system. And what they've done is converted from a slash and burn system to a slash and mulch system, where you still cut all the branches off the trees, but you use it as mulch to cover the soil, and you use higher inputs of organic matter and fertilizers so that the maize yield is high. Within 2 or 3 years, the trees are already growing back over. So what we have is, instead of a system where you just devastate the land, burn it down, grow maize for 3 years and move on, we have a system which 3 years we're still growing maize, and yet we have a forest cover that's quite dynamic. It looks like a forest. The biodiversity is high, the soil carbon is higher, the productivity is higher, and the farmers' incomes are higher, and they're more resilient to some of these systems. So it's an example of the synergies you can get when you look for marrying the goals of forests and agriculture in the same place.